The world's richest and biggest sporting body, FIFA, has taken a major hit in its image in the wake of the latest corruption scandal. It's being seen possibly as the biggest scandal facing world sport. Now, after 6 officials have been arrested, there is a growing call for the resignation of the FIFA president, Sepp Blatter. Fresh elections are scheduled for Friday, but will they go on smoothly? Blatter is defiant, saying he will fight those elections.
FIFA President Sepp Blatter missed the medical conference in Zurich after the World Football Body was rocked with multiple arrests. Blatter, gunning for his 5th time at the helm of FIFA, has not spoken publicly since the arrest took place.
President Blatter apologized not to be able to come today because of the turbulences you have probably followed in the media.
Blatter did issue a statement saying he welcomed the investigations into the body that will help it get rid of any wrongdoing. Blatter is facing calls to resign and pull out of Friday's presidential election after a number of officials were taken into custody by the Swiss police. UEFA, football's European body, wants the elections to be postponed.
The members of the UEFA Executive Committee are convinced that there is a strong need for a change to the leadership of this FIFA, and strongly believe that the FIFA Congress should be postponed with new FIFA presidential elections to be organized within the next 6 months.
Moi je pense que la raison serait, puisque je crois que l'élection est prévue dans quelques jours.
There's a further condemnation from former football greats. Calling Sepp Blatter a thief, Diego Maradona said he was relieved with the investigation and is glad that the FBI has finally told the truth. Even Brazilian great Romario slammed FIFA over these corruption charges and said hopefully this action will benefit the game in South America and Brazil. The sponsors too have come down hard on FIFA, issuing a statement. Coca-Cola said the lengthy controversy has tarnished the missions and ideals of the FIFA World Cup. Meanwhile, the Russian president has blamed the US with meddling with FIFA in a bid to take the 2018 World Cup away from his country. Putin has said that it feels odd that the probe was launched at the request of US officials for crimes which do not involve its citizens and did not happen in the United States. Now the FBI have begun their task of nailing down more officials involved in this scandal by conducting raids at the CONCACAF headquarters in Miami. This could well be the storm that engulfs FIFA for a long time to come. Sports Bureau, India Today.
Okay, let's go to my special guest to find out what next in this scandal that's going to the very top of international football. David Kilpatrick, club historian at the New York Cosmos, joins me. Remember, a lot of this is now taking place in the United States, where those investigations of the FBI and the Inland Revenue Service are taking place. Boria Majumdar, consulting editor, Sports of the India Today Group, joins me. Appreciate both of you joining us. Boria, I just want to get a sense from you. Is this simply about a few individuals corrupting football, or does this go now to the very top and possibly involve Sepp Blatter, including, as some are suggesting, in the manner in which football World Cups have been awarded to Russia in 2018 and to Qatar in 2022?
You're absolutely correct, Rajdeep. It's the latter. I mean, there is no doubt whatsoever. See the names: Jack Warner, Daryl Warner, Eduardo Lee. These are key aides of Sepp Blatter. 2010, when the crisis happened, what was Blatter's reaction? Crisis? What crisis? There is no crisis. That was the statement, if I quote or paraphrase Sepp Blatter. This time round, it's different. Michel Platini, one-time aide, UEFA chief calling for Blatter not to contest. US politicians not asking Blatter not to contest. Britain has always been against Blatter. But this time round, it is a crisis of unprecedented proportion, and it has reached right at Blatter's doorstep.
But he's refusing to resign.
Do you believe
he can survive it?
I'm innocent.
Do you believe he can survive it, or he has to go? The most powerful man in world sport has to go.
Yes, he will. Rajdeep, if I understand FIFA well, having studied it for more than a decade, it's only the 209 people, the voters, who matter, and they are still with Blatter. As long as he has the numbers, he will survive. If I understand right, he will contest the elections tomorrow and win them also.
You know, he almost seems like the N. Srinivasan of world football at the moment, or what Srinivasan was for a long time to Indian cricket. Blatter is
much bigger than
on a much bigger scale. But David Kilpatrick, is your sense, I'm just quoting what the US Attorney General has said, Loretta Lynch says individuals indicted have corrupted the business of worldwide soccer to serve their interests and to enrich themselves. This is rampant, systemic and deep-rooted. How deep do you believe this goes, David Kilpatrick?
I think it goes as deep as the grassroots, quite frankly. The explosion of interest here in the United States since the arrival of Pelé in 1975 has seen the emergence of a tremendous niche industry in the United States, but because it's a global game, it extends well beyond our shores. So we can't really limit it to national lines. But certainly within the United States, I think that corruption is so pervasive that we really need a thorough cleaning of the house if we possibly can. The problem here, of course, is that, as we say in the United States, we don't want to throw out the baby with the bathwater. The water clearly needs to be changed. It's dirty, it's filthy, and we want to preserve our baby and make sure it's nurtured and healthy.
So what happens to the notion of a beautiful game then, David? I thought this was the beautiful game. Clearly the beautiful game is extremely ugly outside.
Well, I think anything that's at this profound level of impact on everybody's lives, there's nothing more global, there's nothing that unifies the consciousness of the planet more than the World Cup final. More people are focused on that ball in those 90 or 120 minutes, as it was last summer, than in that short period of time. Everyone in the world is paying attention. And because of that, the opportunity to exploit that is rather great. And the temptation, obviously, is too much for many people. There's still a lot of great things that happen because of the game, and it is a beautiful game. But because it is so important and valuable to us, that's why we need to make sure that we fix what's wrong with it.
Let me give you a quick final word, Boria. Do you believe that these arrests, in a sense, are timed before tomorrow's big election, and that in some way is compromising Blatter's position even if he wins tomorrow's election?
Oh, of course. There is no doubt. I mean, this is a crisis of unprecedented proportion, and it has hit Blatter. I mean, the fact that he's not come to the medical conference today, the fact that he's in a huddle with his close people, the fact that Jerome Valcke is not talking to the media, there is no doubt that Blatter is feeling the heat. But having said that, I keep saying the numbers are still with Blatter. As long as the 209 feel Blatter is their leader, you and I, public opinion, media, we can't do a thing. That is the global reality of sport, big commercialized sport, and that tells you that it's rotten. The underbelly is well and truly rotten.
That's right. The underbelly of world football is well and truly rotten, as Boria puts it, but it's also now out in the open, and Sepp Blatter is literally fighting for his life, the most powerful man in world sport. Appreciate David and Boria joining us there on our take on what's happening in world football.